What's up, YouTube? So we got ourselves another balance adjustment, 925. Let's see what we got there. Let's see these heroes. Maid Chloe, cool. Little Queen Charlotte, okay. Operator Cigarette, finally. Fulmir, okay. Command Model Leica, Tempest Siren, Commander Larina, Researcher Carrot, Mercenary Helga, and Silver Tide Christie. That's a lot of 3 stars, but okay. Draco Plate and Unfading Memories. Draco Plate, getting a buff is cool. Unfading Memories, I forgot what that is. Oh no, that's Diane's artifact. Okay, cool. Alright, first things first is Maid Chloe. Let's see what we got. So this is 15% to all allies, and now it increases combat readiness of the caster by 15%. Okay, so she becomes more consistent with that one. That's pretty cool. Okay, what does a S2 do? Increases effect resistance of all allies by 20%. That's a good one. Now it grants 50% additional damage reduction to all allies, and the amount recovered is increased. Wait, 50% damage reduction? Additional damage reduction. Okay, that additional makes things a little bit different. They wouldn't put that in there. Who's the other character that says that? No, it's not Armin. FCC. Okay, so it's like FCC. Okay, it's not as crazy as it originally looks. This additional damage reduction basically just tells me, okay, so she's good. She's a really good character for fixed damage. Okay. At least I think that's what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But if it's not, I don't think it's as crazy as just flat out damage reduction, but at the same time, it's better. This actually makes her more usable overall. So yeah, this is a good buff. So what does the S3 do now? VIP treatment. Grants increased defense to all allies for 3 turns. Revive all dead allies to 30% health instead of 20%, and is not attack anymore. Okay. Cooldown reduced, and is a Gemini now. Does that make her faster? I think that makes her faster. Okay, I think this is a good buff. I think it's a good buff. Overall, I think this is a good buff. Yeah, it's a good buff. This makes her from a niche Soul Weaver to now she's actually like really good for turn 2. So yeah, this is a good buff. Now we go to Operator Cigarette, the meat and potatoes. Let's see what you did. Hopefully they were cooking. Penetrates the target's defense by 50% or by 100% when the target is granted barrier. That's just crap because of the caster speed. No. Proportional to caster speed, that's not good. After granting increased attack to the caster for 2 turns, okay, she gets attack buff. Attacks the enemy by swiping consecutively with the scythe. Okay, they didn't need to add all that, but okay. When the enemy is defeated, grants an extra turn. Penetrates the target's defense when the target is granted a barrier, increases damage dealt. Damage dealt is decreased. Oh wait, what? So, it's not speed scaling anymore. It has an attack buff, but I would say you don't need this. I don't think she's gonna be that busted, is she? Like, how bad is the scale? How big is the scaling gonna be? Because her attack is low, so the attack buff itself isn't gonna do too much. I mean, I guess the damage scaling is going to be a little bit better. I don't know. We'll have to see on this. I don't think they needed to decrease the damage. It should be like a, you have a barrier, I get to kill you type of situation. But that's cool. Calls in drones, attack, decreases common readiness by 30%. Okay, so now it's no longer decreasing 20% and is not proportional to the speed anymore. And now the damage dealt increased. Okay, that's better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so the damage on this is increased. Soul burn increases damage dealt instead of giving skill. Okay, so they're doing everything to increase her damage. Will this make her better? I'm not too sure. Maybe. I mean, she is better than what she was before, sure, but it's like, will people use her as often? I'm not too sure about that. I'm not gonna lie. Like now it doesn't proportional to like caster speed. Like all this stuff with speed is gone. So now she just flat out does damage. It's not with speed or anything. You can just make her a damage dealer. I guess it gives her more practical use. I don't know. I think this isn't that great of a buff personally, but it still is a buff. We'll see though. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, Little Queen Charlotte. All right, let's see what you did with her. Grants 30% damage reduction when an ally except for the caster suffers critical hit. Grants 15% damage reduction at the moment of the caster suffer critical hit, increases combat readiness. Okay, yeah, so now it's immune to debuffs which prevent movement. So like Mort, like stun, sleep, fear. Okay, yeah, that's a cool buff. When an ally is attacked, grants 20% damage reduction instead of the crit chance reduction by 30%. That's quality of life. That's a lot better. After every attack suffered by an ally, increases combat readiness of the caster by 10%. So you took away the 15% for herself, and now she has 10%. So if they do an AoE, that's like 30%. So it would be kind of good to bring her into like turn 2 stuff, or like as a turn 2 or anti-cleave type of situation, or AoE in general. Yeah, that's honestly a better buff. Yeah, I can see that being good. All right, penetrate the target's defense when the target is a dark element. So they took this off. That means they took this off if this is red. Increases the damage dealt and deals additional damage proportional to the caster's attack to all enemies for the target. Okay. Now it deals additional damage proportional to the caster's attack to all enemies except for the target. So she doesn't do just the dark elements anymore. She does it in general. Yeah, that makes her different from Adin automatically, and better than Adin, honestly. So yeah, that's great. Now she does a lot of damage, you know. And now she also has a soul burn skill cooldown is decreased by 2%. I mean by 2 turns instead of grants an extra turn. I'm gonna kind of miss this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna kind of miss this because you get to kill 2 for the price of 1. But I get why they did this, because that should be too much if she was just able to like keep this while also being able to do it to anyone. But yeah, 2 turn decrease, temp souls, less souls, can do it more often. I think that's good. This is a good buff for Charlotte. I think she could be used more now. How much will she be used? I'm not too sure. I'll be real with you. We're gonna have to test and see. All right, Fulmir. Oh boy, I'm scared. Okay, what did they do to her? Attacks the enemy with an elemental reaction with a 50% chance to decrease attack for 2 turns. Okay, she went from that to and increases combat readiness of all allies with the highest of the ally with the highest combat readiness except for the caster by 15%. So that means she helps CR boost for tempo now instead of just decreasing attack. I mean, this is better, of course, but yeah, it's better. It's better. Now what does she do now? Before it was like fire, earth to get the wisdom stacks. Yeah, okay. At the start of the turn, gains 1 focus for each ally's element. Focus? Oh man, I'm not too sure if this is the move, but since she's a lot easier to stop, but it makes her more consistent since now it can do with each ally's element. So if you just make a whole team of different elements, even light and dark, she gets focus. It's a lot better than being stuck with fire and earth. So yeah, it's a buff. I'm not too sure about focus, guys. I'm not too sure. At the start of the turn, gains 1 focus, and after attacking, when focus is full, consumes all active fruit of knowledge. Okay, so I guess she's going to be a lot easier to get the fruit of knowledge, but I'm not too sure with focus since like there's a lot of things that just stop focus outright. But okay, that's cool. Now we see this one. Attacks the enemy with an illusion, dispelling 2 buffs before increasing skill cooldown by 1 turn and decreasing combat readiness by 40%. Inflicts 2,000 additional damage for each focus. That's actually kind of crazy. So now it dispels 2 buffs. Oh no, did it already do that? Illusion target by 1 turn, attacks the enemy, increasing. No, now it dispels 2 buffs before increasing skill cooldown by 1 turn. Okay, so this is actually really good. This is a lot better than this for sure. And now it grants an extra turn instead of ignore effect resistance. You don't really care about the effect resistance if we're being honest. But yeah, it grants an extra turn. And now she's a Pisces, which I'm assuming is better stat-wise than Taurus. I can't think about it in the top of my head. I don't know how Pisces stats look compared to Taurus, but I'm assuming it's better if they're going to change it like that. Honestly, it's still a buff, but I don't know about focus, guys. I don't know. We'll see though. She probably has more practical use because of this, because she's a lot easier to use, but I just don't see her being relevant to use again. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I am, because I do want to use this character. I like this character's kit a lot. But now we'll just have to see. Okay. Command model Leica increases attack of the ally except for the caster with the highest attack for 2 turns and decreases skill cooldown by 1 turn. Now she grants increased attack greater to the ally with the highest attack except for the caster for 2 turns. Okay, that's a buff. Small buff, better buff. That's good. Her EE's change, decreases buff duration of the target by 1 turn when using strike in order. 2, dispels all debuffs from the enemy when using. Okay, so now it dispels all debuffs. That's a lot better. Volley increases damage dealt by volley fire by 10%. Decreases buff duration of the target by 1 turn when using volley fire. Okay, so they put this and they put it on that, and volley fire was just bad in general. Okay, yeah, so yeah, it's a better buff. Tempest Siren. Okay, what do you do? Grant stealth for 1 turn. That's what she used to do. Grant stealth and vampirism for 1 turn. Oh, so she doesn't need lifesteal anymore. Okay. I like this buff. This is good. This is a good buff. She doesn't need it anymore. Attacks all enemies with a 85% chance each to make them unable to be buffed. Oh, I didn't even know it was 85% chance. Okay, so now it's 100% chance. Yeah, quality of life and the damage dealt increase. Okay, yeah, so she can kill a lot easier. Okay, yeah, this is a flat out great buff for her. I don't think there was anything more they could have done here. So yeah, that's a good buff. Oh, she also got a absorb some of the damage dealt as health when using lunge. Now it increases the chance of inflicting bleed by 20%. Okay, so this is more for the frenzy, I'm guessing. Cool. Now we got Lorena. Commander Lorena. Let's see. Damage dealt increases proportion to the amount of the enemy's lost health, and now it's damage dealt increases proportion to the target's max health. Yeah, this is a lot better. This is a lot better. Helps new players. Definitely a better buff. And instead from 2% to 12%. Okay, these stat boosts are incredible for new players. So yeah, this is great. This is great for Lorena. When spiritual armament is activated, increases defense by 5%. Now, when effect resistance is 200% or more, damage suffered in one attack does not exceed 35% of max health when attacked. So now she's an ER character? This is interesting because now this kind of gives her a lot more PvP viability, but at the same time it's like 200 effect resistance? This is more for endgame players if we're being honest. Huh. That's an interesting thing to add to her, but okay. Stat boosts. Oh, she doesn't have increased critical hit damage anymore by 2%. Now it's dual attack. Okay, that's cool. That's not horrible. When defeating an enemy with a spiral breakthrough, has 20% chance to reset cooldown of the skill. Okay, that was actually like, the gambling was not needed. When using spiral breakthrough, if the caster's effect resistance is 200% or more, penetrates a target's defense by 50%. So they're really going down into this ER stuff, huh? Interesting. All right, what does this do? When using sharp blow has a 15% chance to increase combat radius by an additional 20%. When using sharp blow has a 100% chance to recover health of the caster proportional to attack. Oh wow, that's actually a lot better. Yeah, that's cool. That's a good buff. When using spiral breakthrough, increases damage dealt against elite or boss monsters, increases damage dealt by spiral breakthrough. So now she just straight up does it. PvP, PvE, doesn't matter. Okay, that's cool. This is definitely a good buff for Lorena. The ER stuff is interesting. We'll see how that works out. But for the most part, definitely a great buff. Helps new players a lot. Let's see. Carrot. What in the heck did they do with you? She used to be a terror of RTA when she first got her specialty change. So what do they do now? With a 50% chance to decrease speed for 2 turns, now has a 75% chance to inflict burn for 1 turn. Okay, that's definitely a good buff. Flame barrier, attack moment of attack moment or grants a barrier proportional to attack for 1 turn. After being attacked, grants increased attack and a barrier. Okay, increased attack is crazy. Yeah, that's oh man, that's gonna be crazy when it comes to frenzy. So let's see this. Now it dispels 1 buff. It dispels 1 buff before, now it dispels 2 buffs. Yeah, this is a buff. This is really good. It increases swing, decreases speed, effect chance by 10%. Now chance to inflict burn by 5%. So she's just outright a better burn unit. And for the frenzy, she can be used more with that. It's a good buff. It's a good buff. I think she can be used more now. Let's see. Mercenary Helga with a 60% chance to inflict decreased defense for 2 turns. Now with a 75% chance to increase defeat. Okay, so this is just better overall for PvE. Okay, yeah, this is before and after. So it's just better overall for PvE, more chances. At the start of the turn, when health is 70% or more, has a 1% chance to increase critical hit chance of the caster for 1 turn. At the start of the turn, when health is 50% or more. Okay, so it's just more ease for PvE. And this one is increased effect chance of decreased defense by 20%. Increased effect chance of decreased defense by 25%. Also, so basically, now she has 1% defense. Yeah, this is really good for PvE. Helps new players a lot, and those who use her for PvE. Oh boy, Christy, Silverside Christy. What are we doing now? Increases effect resistance of the ally in the back row, except for the caster, by 50% of the caster's effect resistance. Now it increases effect resistance of the ally in the back row, except for the caster, by 100% of the caster's effect resistance. Amount recover increase grants 30% damage increase instead of now just damage share. Damage share is now it's now 20%, it's 30%. Amount recovered is increased for this, and holy man. But still, that effect resistance by 100% is insane. So that means if she has 300 effect resist, person in the back has 300 effect resist. That's scary. That's kind of scary. I mean, that's insane though. That is insane. And I know a person who uses Christy religiously. I don't know if I want to go against that. Brett, if you're watching this, I'm probably going to ban your Christy, brother. I don't think I want to go against something like that. But yeah. Now we go to the Draco plate. When suffering a critical hit, grants 15 to 30% damage reduction instead of 8% to 16% damage reduction. Okay, more damage reduction, always better. That's a good buff. It's just a flat out buff. And now what does Unfading Memories do? Increases effect resistance by 25%. Heals all allies by 5 to 10% after using a non-attack skill. Yep. Now it increases effect resistance of allies by 20%. Reduce the effect resistance. Okay, I'm not too sure about that one, but okay. At the start of the turn, recovers health of all allies by 4 to 8%. At the start of the turn, okay. That's why they reduced the effect resistance, because I think this is like a lot to just get free heals every turn. That's actually really good. I don't know if it's better than the ones that are already like staples, but at the same time, that's a really good one for, especially for DN. I think this helps DN a lot. This helps DN a lot. So now it doesn't matter. She's just gonna keep cycling and healing. That's actually really good. Yeah, that's a really good buff. It kind of sucks that the ER is gone, but you know, for what you're getting back, I think it's worth it. Well, yeah, that's it. That's it. Frankly speaking, I feel like overall, this was just okay. I wouldn't say it was great. I can see from most people how they will think it's underwhelming. Maid Chloe, great buff. Little Queen Charlotte, good buff. Operator Cigarette, underwhelming. This is the most underwhelming one, unfortunately. Fumir, questionable, but we'll see. I think it does make her a little bit more usable, of course. But then again, it's focus. We don't really know how things work with focus. I mean, we do know how things work with focus and how it can be countered easily. Command Model Leica, okay buff, like it's just a flat buff. Tempest Surin, good buff. Commander Lorena, really good buff, especially for end game and not free to play. What is it called? Newer players. Researcher Carrot does more burns. Mercenary Helga, really good for PvE now. Silvertide Christie, the ER is insane. It's a good buff. Draco Plate, flat out buff, and Unfading Memories I think is going to be one of the better healing artifacts now that people are going to use. It's really good now, so just get free healing every turn. I think that's really good. But yeah, that's it. That is the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you're thinking about this balance patch. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.